Hello there anime fans. Today's episode of AniTube we're counting down the top harem anime where an overpowered main character surprises everyone with his power. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so that you will not miss my other anime list. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. In response to the worsening crime rate, Japan creates Tokyo Butte High, an elite academy where butte armed detectives hone their deadly skills in hopes of becoming mercenary-like agents of justice. One particular butte is Kinji Toyama, an anti-social and curt sophomore dropout who was once a student of the combat-centric assault division. Kinji now lives a life of leisure studying logistics in order to cover up his powerful but embarrassing special ability. However, his peaceful days soon come to an end when he becomes the target of the infamous Butte killer and runs into an emotional hurricane and outspoken prodigy of the highest rank, Arya Holmes Kanzaki, who saves Kinji's life and demands that he become her partner after seeing what he is truly capable of. In a world plagued by magical dangers and threats, there exist special warriors known as Inquisitors who are tasked with non-violently preventing these threats and nefarious actions. The Anti-Magic Academy is a specialized school built to educate and train these Inquisitors, which splits its students into small squads in order to train them to work together. Among these talented squads is the 35th Test Platoon, also known as the Small Fry Platoon, due to its low ranking and incompetent members. However, everything changes when Aokatatori, a powerful yet rebellious former Inquisitor, is forced into joining due to her tendency to break rules and committing a serious violation: the killing of a witch. Tempers flare upon her arrival as she clashes with their clumsy captain Takeru Kusanagi and argues with the rest of the squad over her views on witches. This eclectic group has a long way to go if they wish to succeed and climb the ranks of the Anti-Magic Academy. They must first set aside their differences and come to work together as a team. The Alzano Empire is home to one of the most distinguished magic schools in the world, the Alzano Imperial Magic Academy. Here, ambitious young students undergo training to become competent magicians. Sistine Fibble, a stern noble girl, and her bright-eyed best friend Rumia Tinjal attend the academy, determined to cultivate their magical skills. However, their world is thrown for a loop when their favorite teacher suddenly retires and the enigmatic Glenn Radars replaces him. His lazy and indifferent attitude toward life and magic quickly puts him at odds with his class. What's more, nefarious forces hidden within the Empire's walls start to become active, and Sistine, Rumia, and Glenn find themselves caught up in their schemes. Rakutanashi Majutsu Kaushi to Akashic Records follows Sistine, who is captivated by a mysterious floating sky castle, Rumia, who is haunted by a troubled past, and Glenn, who may be more than meets the eye. Though completely different on the surface, they are inexplicably bound together by a thread of fate. Life in the bustling city of Arario is never dull, especially for Bel Cranel, a naive young man who hopes to become the greatest adventurer in the land. After a chance encounter with the lonely goddess, Hestia, his dreams become a little closer to reality. With her support, Bel embarks on a fantastic quest as he ventures deep within the city's monster-filled catacombs, known only as the Dungeon. Death lurks around every corner in the cavernous depths of this terrifying labyrinth, and a mysterious power moves amidst the shadows. Even on the surface, survival is a hard-earned privilege. Indeed, nothing is ever certain in a world where gods and humans live and work together, especially when they often struggle to get along. One thing is for sure, though. A myriad of blunders, triumphs and friendships awaits the dauntlessly optimistic protagonist of this Herculean tale. About 30 years prior to the start of Hagure Yusha no Aesthetica, a number of selected people from Earth were summoned to other worlds, with only about half of them being able to return. One of the young people chosen was Akatsuki Isawa, who was sent to Alazard to defeat the Dark Lord Garius, which he did, before returning to his original world. Some of the successful chosen ones brought back little trinkets as souvenirs. Akatsuki, on the other hand, went a different route. He brought back the defeated Dark Lord's daughter, Mew, who is now posing as his long-lost little sister. Upon returning, Akatsuki and Mew are forced to join a special school called Babel, where they must train to one day master the powers they gained in a laser, in hopes that they will one day be able to serve mankind. Will Akatsuki and Mew be able to keep her true identity a secret, or will their plan to live peaceful lives together go up in flames? The private Aichi Symbiosis Academy was originally a high school for high-class girls. When it became co-ed, the girls, out of fear, asked to be permitted to bring weapons to school. When that was enforced, a 5-member vigilante corps-like organization called the Supreme Five Swords was also formed. After many generations, the Five Swords eventually became a group which corrected problematic students, and the academy started proactively accepting such students in order to correct them. Nomura Fudu was sent to this school after being part of a huge brawl. What will he do when the only options he has after enrolling are being expelled from that school or being corrected the way the rest of the male students there were by being forced to dress and act like a girl? Learning to ride and tame dragons comes easy to most students at Ansaravan Dragoner Academy except for first-year student Ash Flake, who is known by his fellow classmates as the #1 problem child. Ash is the laughingstock at school because, despite his unfashionably large star-shaped brand that marks him as a future dragon master, he has nothing to show for it. His dragon has never appeared. Until now, that is. One fateful day, Ash's dragon awakes in full glory, but appears different than any dragon ever seen before in the form of a beautiful girl. What's worse, Ash soon discovers that this new dragon has attitude to spare, as she promptly informs him that she is the master, and he, the servant. Ash's problems with dragon riding have only just begun. Soritsukai no Blade Dance takes place at a very prestigious school for holy shrine princesses called Araishia Spirit Academy. At this school, the girls train to be elementalists and try to form slave contracts with spirits so that they can compete in battles against one another. Only females have this privilege, at least until now. Kamito Kazuhaya is a normal guy in pretty much all respects, except for the fact that he's the first man in 1,000 years to be able to form a contract with a spirit, which he stole from a shrine princess named Claire Rouge. Additionally, the headmaster of the school, Greyworth, has summoned him to enroll and is forcing him to participate in a special tournament that will take place 2 months down the road. With Claire demanding that he become her contracted spirit, will Kamito even manage to survive the entire 2 months until the tournament takes place? When an extraterrestrial organism known as Savage attacks mankind, the only technology capable of combating the enemy is a weapon known as Hundred. A survivor of a Savage attack, Hayato Kisaragi is a teenager boasting the highest compatibility level with the aforementioned technology, and as a result, is invited to master his skills at Little Garden, a prestigious military academy aboard a battleship. Over the course of his intense training for the battle ahead, he immediately attracts the interest of multiple female peers and gets drawn into a number of incidents as he tries to fight against the creatures that now inhabit Earth and threaten its safety. Dog Days takes place in the world of Flonyard, an alternate Earth inhabited by beings who resemble humans, but also have the ears and tails of specific animals. The Republic of Biscotti, a union of dog-like citizens, has come under attack by the feline forces of the Galette Leonites. In an effort to save Biscotti, Princess Millier summons a champion from another world in order to defend her people. That champion is Sink Izumi, a normal junior high student from Earth. Agreeing to assist Biscotti, Sink retrieves a sacred weapon called the Palladian and prepares for war. In Flonyard, wars are fought with no casualties and are more akin to sports competitions, with the goal of raising money for the participating kingdoms. Sink is successful in his role as Biscotti's champion, but learns that a summoned champion cannot be returned to their homeworld. The scientists of Biscotti will endeavor to find a way for Sink to return home, but until they figure something out, he must serve Princess Millier by continuing to fight as Biscotti's hero. So what do you think of this list? Their name and which is your favorite harem anime where an overpowered main character surprises everyone with his power? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more anime-related content. I'll see you next time here in Anatu.